Hi, everyone. A lot of people ask me what vitamins I take in the morning, and I just wanted to show you what my major kind of basis is. All right. These are the vitamins basically I take in the morning. Let me just tell you Catalin. Catalin by Standard Process. This is a multivitamin. This was developed back in the 1920s, late 1920s, by Dr. Royal Lee, who founded Standard Process. And I've been using that successfully as a multiple vitamin for many, many years. What I like about it is it has everything in it. And every time they test this new vitamin, Catalin, with the new latest scientific vitamin that comes out on the market, Catalin has traces of these nutrients in it. What I like about this whole line, for me, is that it's a whole food product. A lot of this product was really developed with synergistic ingredients, so you're not just getting, like for example in the glucosamine sulfate, you're not just getting glucosamine sulfate, you're getting sweet potato, spleen, adrenal, you're getting the extracts of food sources that synergistically help you digest and also synergistically work with the ingredients to make it more viable and bioavailable. So they're very gentle on your stomach, and they're easy to tolerate, and also they're not manufactured in a synthetic state. Now I know some vitamins are synthetically manufactured, and they would be more like a nutraceutical vitamin, which there's some scientific basis behind them as well as terms of their efficiency. But for me, I like to stay with as much of a natural food source as I can, and also a food source that is non-GMO, organic, and is safe to use over a long term of life. When it comes down to fish oils are very, very dangerous if they're not done correctly. Now, Standard Process, I've been using the cod liver oil for many years. Cod liver oil has omega 3s and EPAs, and it also has vitamin D in it. But this cod liver oil by Standard Process has been tested and purified, and they do stringent testing on it for mercury and toxic chemicals. They found a source in Norway that is, to their standards, and I really kind of trust them on that, because fish oils can be really a touch and go thing with all the mercury pollution and all the other toxicities in the environment. You want to take a good purified fish oil. So for me, the cod liver oil by Standard Process is probably a top product. There are other fish oils on the market, but you got to make sure that they're pure. Next is organically bound minerals. Now, why this is important is because minerals are super important for your thyroid, for your hormones, and in Connecticut, where we live 50 miles from a nuclear power plant, there's a lot of radiation in the atmosphere. If you're going for medical testing, MRIs and CAT scans and all sorts of medical tests, dental x-rays, you're putting a lot of radiation in your body. Your thyroid takes a beating. And one of the things I like to do when I treat my patients who have thyroid conditions with nutrition, we always give them supplemental organically bound minerals. These minerals are necessary for the thyroid and the reproductive organs to really work well. Most people are very mineral deficient, and it's one of the things I think that everyone should be taking every day. ProSymbiotic. This is a proteolytic enzyme. This is a probiotics with inulin. It's got a carbohydrate base that the bacteria will live in and replicate in, and preserves them. You don't need to refrigerate it, because the inulin is like the house that these bacteria live in. So it delivers your bacteria into your small intestine, and once it's in the small intestine, the carbohydrate is digested and released, and the probiotics within the system will be released to fertilize your microbiome in your gut. It's a really extraordinary product. You could take a capsule of this, open it up and taste it. It's almost like a yogurty flavor. It's delicious, and actually it's great for kids who can't swallow pills. You can open up the capsules and just empty it on their tongue, and they really love it. And next is vitamin D. Vitamin D is very important, especially when we're talking about immune conditions. You'd be surprised at how many people tested in our office. We get blood tests back from our patients who bring them in. They're actually low in vitamin D, and the doctor will give them a pharmaceutical grade vitamin D, 50,000 milligrams to get them up. And the doctor's standards, if they get up over 30, they're doing well. Well, 30 is very low, not even in the normal range as far as statistics that we look at. You know, you want to get your vitamin D levels up in the 80s or 90s. I also like a whole food source of vitamin D. And this has a component in it that is actually a polyunsaturated fat. And the polyunsaturated fat helps deliver the vitamin D into the body. Vitamin D is really important also for calcium absorption. So with the what we call the cataplex F, or the F factor, or the polyunsaturated fat factor, the vitamin D will help the body get the calcium into the cells. So this is a very important product in terms of what vitamin D does. But again, you know, your vitamin D, if you're getting a vitamin D3, you're basically taking, you know, some sort of synthetic vitamin, but nonetheless, everyone needs vitamin D. So that's my lineup, basic lineup: cod liver oil, Catalin, which is a multiple vitamin, a joint support. I take minerals. I take a probiotic and vitamin D. Actually, I take much more. I take a lot of vitamin Bs. Bs are very, people are very low in vitamin B, especially around the flu season. Vitamin B, vitamin D, very important to take. And that's my simple regimen.